Welcome everyone. We have the Marvel Legends Gamerverse Wolverine versus Silver Samurai and Captain America versus Venom. If you order these from Amazon, they should be arriving to you very soon. Somehow I got these both at the same time, so pretty cool. If you order them through other retailers, they're probably getting them soon also, but seems like Amazon won out this time. So packaging is pretty nice. You've got these nice official kind of logos that look very gamerized. You got the Gamerverse on the top, and you got some portraits on the side. This is from, looks like Marvel vs. Capcom. Same thing with this one. You've got the faux game UI in the back. Each of them come with a special effect, which is also nice. You know, these aren't Street Fighter characters, but, you know, coming with a Street Fighter kind of, accessory is pretty cool. UPC for anybody who needs that. And then here is Captain America and Venom. UPC if you need that. And they got the similar UI at the top, and he's got an effect. He doesn't really have an effect piece, but he does have a interchangeable head, so that's kind of cool. All right, so let's start getting them out of the package. Each of them have this diorama, this little background, which is nice. Here is Wolverine and Silver Samurai. Yeah, that Wolverine's kind of tall, isn't he? And then there is a tray in the back with Wolverine's claw effect and some stands for them. So each claw effect has its own stand. Well, let me take that back. One stand is for the claw effect. The other stand is for Silver Samurai's shuriken move. And Captain America and Venom have a little bit less accessories, but still pretty cool nonetheless. Got the extra head, we got the shield effect, and we've got two heads for Venom. All right, so we'll showcase Silver Samurai and Wolverine first. And as you can see, there's a noticeable height thing with this Wolverine. It's hard to say, like, oh, is this game accurate? It's difficult because he's always like in this crouched pose. Although when he does like his winning stance in the game, like, you beat the round and you won with Wolverine, he stands up and he does this thing with his claws. So I don't know if I would go through the trouble of trying to check that out, but this does seem a bit tall for Wolverine. I've got a 97 Wolverine here. And yeah, this is a different body. This is definitely a bigger body. It does seem to be a new body. It's not like it's got pins or anything. He's pretty bulky too. So it's an interesting choice, but I've seen like production shots of him in like the crouching pose that you see him in the game. And this does seem accurate. He's always like this in the game for most of his moves. So, when you see him like this, he's like, oh, like he's a little dude, but then he stands up and he's like really tall. He's also got these gnarly claws that are pretty big. One of them keeps sliding off, and I don't know if yeah, they're not glued in. So it's a cool way to take the claws off so you can have, unclawed hands for him. And then Silver Samurai, he's reuse. I don't know how much reuse he is, but you know, he's still got pinned arms and pinned knees. You can see how his armor on his shoulder works. I believe the chest is different, and I think the face sculpt is a little different. That's a pretty interesting face. His feet are kind of suffer a little bit in that they, like, the detents are either too far forward or too far back, so it takes a bit of work to get them to stand, and you have to kind of put it in a between space. I really don't like when that's a thing, but just kind of be aware of that. But he will get into the position. He's got this sword effect, so you can have, you know, this kind of lightning effect on the sword. And then he's got the shuriken. And this stand that they came up with is a kind of whole new thing. So, you know, basically, you've got a clear piece, you've got a stand that has two pivot points. These are ratcheted. It is kind of light plastic, so I don't know, like, if over time this is going to like droop if you leave it in a extreme angle. Wolverine's got the same thing, and he's got different connection points. I don't really give you instructions on how to do this, but you know, he's got these little pieces that stick out on one side, the other side doesn't, and you can just basically decide where you want this. You know, like, there's a lot of different ways to go about adding the effect there. But you know, he can have that slashing effect, and then he's good to go for his Marvel versus Capcom fight. So next we've got Captain America and Venom. And these guys are also doing some reuse. This seems to be the anniversary Captain America with a different chest. Like, it doesn't have the scale mail. And actually, I can't remember if the anniversary one has that or not. I know that the Secret Wars had the scale mail, but he's smooth all the way around. One bonus is that he comes with a plain, just regular shield. You know, all these Captain Americas in the past year have all had some kind of like special effect thing going on. Like, the shield is broken, the shield has, you know, bullet shots hitting it. This one's got just plain old, you know, shield. He does have an effect, and there's a little ridge around the piece, and you just kind of snap it on. You might have to flex a little bit to get it to go on there. I'm actually having a hard time getting it on, but you get the idea. And then he's got that. It is gonna add some weight, like it's already kind of pulling him downward. I'm just gonna leave that off for now. He does have an extra head, so he's got kind of a stoic face, and he's got like a angry fighting face, and he's got two thumbs up. So no matter which side of the screen he's facing, he can do the little thumbs up pose. And then Venom, his arms are pinless, his knees are not. I don't know where the arms are from, but I think most of this is reuse. His head is really gnarly. Like, that is just Very crazy looking. And then he has another head that is still crazy, but, you know, less Eddie, more Venom. And he doesn't have any kind of like special effects, but he does come with 2 extra kind of claw hands. So he will have that. And then I forgot to mention, Wolverine does have 2 extra hands. So he's got like 2 fists. So there's that. And then for some comparisons, here we've got this is the anniversary cap without, is this anniversary? Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is anniversary. Man, I'm starting to get confused by what's what now. He is pinned on this one. He's got the scale mail, but the head, I think this might be the same head sculpt. Definitely a different body. And then Venom. Don't ask me which Venom this is, but this Venom does have pins. He's got like some veins on his arm, but you can tell the torso is the same. I think the legs are the same. Yeah, legs are the same. Arm is reworked. This is a completely different arm on the new one. So that's nice. So we're getting close to completing this whole Marvel versus Capcom setup. We don't have any Capcom characters from Hasbro. Jada and Storm does have some Capcom characters. The alpha versions are going to be the most appropriate since they're kind of the ones, you know, their sprites were the ones that were used in the Versus games. So if you are missing out on some Street Fighter characters to go with these guys, get the Jada, or more importantly, the Storm. As of right now, they're the only alpha characters, but get the Storm characters and they'll fit in good. So let me know what you think in the comments. If you haven't done so, please like and subscribe. And as always, tune into more videos coming up. Thank you.